Hey, what's up? This is Chris with Pacific Rim Video, and I'm chilling with my girl Felicia.
Hi.
How you doing? AKA Felicia Art. It's your art alter ego. So first of all, tell everybody what we're doing out here tonight.
Well, tonight was an exhibit for my paintings. They're getting installed here at the O Hotel. So if you come here, have a drink, have dinner, my paintings will be on the wall. So it's the first time I've ever had that happen to me. So tonight's a really big night. So I had my sisters come out and sing to support. So it was great.
So we're at the legendary O Hotel in downtown LA. Like, did you ever think when you started painting that one day I'm going to have it up for sale in a big, classy hotel like this?
Okay, no. I used to paint for fun and draw at home. I never thought it could be a career. And sometimes things just happen by chance because you just keep doing it. And I would just paint as gifts for people. And then other people saw it and wanted one too, and I started doing it for them, and I started doing it more, and then now, I don't know, by God's grace, I got this opportunity, and it came at the right time, and we put together a show in 1 week, and we did it. And
how did it come about? Like, who approached you, or how did that get connected that you're in here?
Well, I saw a posting online somewhere, and my friend told me about it, and he was like, you should submit your stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'll submit my stuff, whatever. And then it ended up, the manager of the hotel hit me back, and she wanted my stuff. We had a meeting, and I even asked her in the meeting, did you have any submissions? Like, this is too weird. Like, yeah. You hit me back right away. Are you sure? Like, you want my stuff? Like, I was really shocked because this has never happened to me before, and I just never really thought, this quickly that something like this would happen to me. Yeah. So... But it happened just like that.
What's the name of the show tonight? Because it was something about music, right?
Oh, yeah. The show tonight's called For the Love of Music. And I paint from, the paintings are inspired from our music with my sisters and I. So I just kind of wanted to focus on that. And that's why my paintings are all music related, because it's for like music lovers and studios. And that's kind of like the focal point of, my paintings. I actually have sheet music on the edges of all my paintings too, just to reflect on that. And I don't know if people know this, but it's, all the music is only of one composer, and it's George Gershwin, and he's one of my favorite composers from like the jazz era, like the 30s and the 40s, and he's a huge influence in our music too. So that's why we're called Jazmin, because we love jazz. Yeah. So every little thing in the painting has to do with our music.
And I know they're probably like your little babies, but is there one painting that means more anything? Because I saw some amazing. I saw the Michael Jackson, of course. We saw, the different instruments and stuff like that. Is there any, piece that you're just like really connected to?
Well, there's a blue piano painting, and that's the first one I ever did. Yeah. And I did it for a friend of mine that was a producer, and just hanging out with him, it was when I first started in the music industry, and I started seeing how music works and how people create music, and I used to sit there in the studio and just watch. Wow. And I think during that time I was really young, so I was learning about music, and I appreciated the experience so much. I wanted to paint something for him. Yeah. So I painted that piano painting. That was the first one I ever did. And I was like, why don't I just rip some sheet music? And I kind of just did it, and it became the beginning of the series.
And then you snatched it back for the hotel. You're like, I hope you loved it, but I have this big show.
Yeah, I had to borrow it back and then get it photographed and get it printed and everything. So
okay, cool.
It was great. And he didn't want me to. He wanted to be the only one that could have it, but we have to share it with the rest of the world.
Exactly. So I got to ask you just real quick, how old were you when you started painting? Like, what was like the reason you picked up the paintbrush and everything?
Well, I think I was in second grade, so I was like 7, and I really remember this vividly. I think a teacher told my parents, like, your daughter knows how to draw, and I didn't really realize that, but they wanted to put me in art classes. My teacher did. She told my parents. So we actually went to check out some art classes. In the end, we saw music and dance and voice classes. Wow. And so we started taking those. Yeah. And I didn't take art class anymore. So we still did music, and we ended up, pursuing music more, but I still always would draw in class because I can never pay attention.
Exactly. All the doodles on the side of the paper homework.
And I just started, I would draw in class, and then I would draw at home, and then we weren't really allowed to go out much. Yeah. When we were younger. So I would stay home and I would start painting, and I actually started drawing just cartoons and just different things like that. So And I think when I was in high school, I started to just pick up more. And I took one art class in high school, and that really solidified everything. I learned like just the techniques and little things like that. And then I didn't get into art in college, and they didn't accept me.
Boo! See, they look stupid now.
But I mean, it didn't matter. I just still kept painting, so it was
good.
It was great, yeah.
And do you find it hard balancing music and paint? Like, is it something kind of a challenge? Like sometimes you want to paint, but they're like, we got rehearsal. Or
I know it is definitely tough, you know. And I work full time as a graphic designer too.
Wow.
So it is tough, but I always try to find time. You have to find time to cool down, and especially I think if you're going through things emotionally too, you want to relax. You know, it really helps. And the best way, I always pick a song, and each painting has like a certain song or a genre of music. Like the yellow one is really bright, and I love the Roots, and I was listening to the Roots when I was painting it, you know, and then the blue one with the mic, I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald and Louis, and I was listening to that when I was painting it. And then like one of the red ones, I was listening to like hardcore rap, like I forgot who it was, you know. It's like I get the emotions from them because I want to express that, you know, through the paintings with the emotions of the songs too. So I could still listen to music and paint, so I'm doing both at the same time. So it's great.